Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm going to be doing no makeup today. So soft, effortless, beautiful products that you can perfect and enhance your skin, eyes and lips, but they don't look too made up. So it's not a tonal makeup, it's just about using products that are very delicate and just will amplify your natural beauty. I've hydrated my skin, it's got that lovely tacky finish which I love, and I'm going to go in with the no makeup from Perricone MD, and this is their foundation serum. If you have dry skin like me, this is a really beautiful product to use. It comes in a dropper. This shade is golden, and you just take a little bit out and pop it on your hand, or pop it straight on your fingertips, whichever you prefer. Go. So rub that in there, and I'm going to place it on my skin. Oh, you put it on your skin and it feels like a luxurious moisturiser. Now, I'm going to be using a little bit of concealer too, but this is just to even out the redness in my skin. Talking about redness, Dr. Perricone, who's an American dermatologist, actually way before his time, he is, not to say he's the inflammation doctor, but he's very aware of the damage that inflammation internally in your body can do. And if you reduce the inflammation within you, it gives you better skin and a healthier, longer life. He's written many books on this theory, and I believe his theory is very, very valid. You could do like a 3-day or a 7-day or even a 30-day diet to reduce inflammation inside you. So if you have a lot of redness in your skin, or you're feeling a lot of irritation in your bowel, then maybe that's something to look into, or maybe I can look into it for you and tell you more about it, because he's a very clever guy, and obviously looking after ourselves is very much a 360. We have to look after ourselves inside and outside. So if you'd like to know more about that, I will let you know. In the meantime, this is going on beautifully, and it feels like skincare, like tinted skincare. So I've got my pigmentation just around here, which I need to push back a little bit, but we're going to see it through here. It's going to be translucent. So, okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to take the excess off of my hand and just buff it in, because even though you know that I like to dermaplane my skin from time to time, I just need to make sure that it sits evenly within my complexion and isn't sitting on any of the hairs. I haven't really put any around my eyes because I'm going to go around with the concealer, and I want to make that a lot lighter because I'm quite warm. My skin tone's quite warm because of the James Reed products that I'm using at the moment. I'm just trying to kind of hang on greatly to the last days of summer. Great, so that's lovely. It gives a very soft dimension to my skin. Again, it's not meant to look like foundation, so they do a foundation which is a slightly matte finish if you've got oilier skin. So if you've got dry skin, you go for the serum, but this just gives a lovely soft dimension. It feels like it's feeding my skin. It's got vitamin C in. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off to make sure that the foundation is really worked into my skin, so it just gives that natural soft finish. I haven't used any around my eyes because I'm going to go in with the concealer. Here we are. This is the No Makeup Concealer. And again, this has the most wonderful texture to it. I've chosen shade Light, which obviously is really light, but you know what I prefer to do? Prefer to go in super light like this and then blend it in, because I like to have that dimension in my skin, and you'll be amazed at how much these colours blend in together. And you create almost like a third shade. So you've got your foundation shade, then you've got your concealer shade. Never worry about going too light, because you want to make sure that your skin, especially when you're doing a no makeup, has different tones to it. If you make your no makeup flat, as in your foundation just has one shade, which obviously it would do if you just put one foundation on, then it just tends to look a little bit made up, because our skin naturally isn't just one shade. It's, you know, a combination of many shades. So push that into the area. When you're using concealer, it's really important to push, especially around the darker areas of your eyes, because if you swipe like that sort of windscreen wiper action, you just push it to a different part of your face. I'm going to take the same brush. I love this brush, by the way. It's Makeup Revolution. It's just such a great little size, and I love the colour, for sucker for rose gold. So I've just used that in the base. So just push that in, and you can see how the colours simply migrate together, but it just gives me that nice wide eye look. You know, I've talked about wearing sunglasses and having that nice lightness around your eye. Well, this is the same here. Push it in. At first, obviously, when you put it on, you might go, oh, that's way too light, and then kind of go. I'm going to start doing some of my half makeup soon and just teaching everyone how they can be a little bit braver with their makeup. Before I go onto my skin, I feel like I need to dress my eyes today. Kids are back to school, it's all a bit crazy, so let me just give myself a little bit of structure. I'm going to go in with this very delicate brow shaper. This is shade 01 in Blonde, and it's by Max Factor. I love this because it's got a spoolie in, so automatically and very quickly I remove any product that's on my eyebrows. So start with that first, and we are having a war against gravity, so we want to lift our brows, whatever shape they are, and you can see that mine are far from perfect. And just give yourself a nice strong line underneath your brow and then pull it round and elongate. So you want to kind of make sure that that line goes much further than you would imagine. So I'm doing fine hair-like strokes, and I'm just going to use a little bit of a brow mascara, and it's the same brand, Max Factor. I really like this because, well, I'll tell you in a minute when I apply it, but it lasts really well throughout the day. So just give yourself a little bit of structure, bring it towards your nose, lift up the brows like so. And this is very, very light, so it's not too strong. Again, we're going really soft. So this is Max Factor's Brow Revival. And it's brilliant because, like I said, it lasts a long time. It's got a lovely tiny little spoolie which gives you great control, and they've got 6 shades. So just take it through your brows really delicately. I am not putting any pressure on this brush at all. I'm just almost dancing the brush along and catching those fine blonde hairs that I can't see, but I know are there, just to elongate. And you can just see how that, I'm pressing really hard with my thumb, but not with the brush, how that just amplifies my brow and it thickens my brow. But because the shade is not on my skin, because I'm building the brow up, it gives a thickness to the brow, but it doesn't look heavy and dense. And when you're doing a soft look like this, the last thing that you want is a really solid block brow. Great, okay, I'm just going to touch up a wee bit, for I was being a little bit sort of heavy-handed on my eyebrow there. So I'm just going to touch up, and this is great, this brush, look, because it's got such a nice angle on it. I can be quite precise. Really good brush, and this is really, really inexpensive. And because I normally red around here as well, I'm just going to use the corner of this Revolution brush and just push it in there. See, even though it is really light, this foundation, and it has a soft, soft dimension, I really hope that you can see that in this light. It still manages to cover. In fact, it covers more than I thought that it would cover, to be fair. Right, so for the eyes, I'm going to be using a classic Makeup Artist Kit Essential, and that is a product by MAC, and it is called Groundwork. I'm looking for my brush here. I'm going to be using a Real Techniques brush. It's a beautiful neutral. It's basically a few shades lighter than my skin tone. And it just gives the impression of a lid. Again, it takes away the flatness of the makeup, but just adds a tiny bit of depth. And as a makeup artist, you're often playing with light and dark and shade, and I'm going to really show you that in depth when I go to my skin. But this is a really soft shade that gives shape to your eyes, but is extremely subtle, and it lasts really well as this once the groundwork dries. It's the Pro Longwear Paint Pot. Pro Longwear Paint Pot. They do lots of different shades, but this is a real classic that we use a lot at work, and then you can use this as a base and then you can build up on it if you like. It's a good eye primer as well. Next, I'm going to be using my Shimura eyelash colours. Now, I don't often do that because I'm lucky. I've got long eyelashes, and if I use a great mascara, I can actually see the tips of my lashes. I can build it up. Because this makeup is so soft and natural, I just want to make sure that I've got as much lift as possible, and it's all about structure. So I always do these at work, but I'm just a bit lazy, I suppose. I don't often do them on myself. I'm going to go in with a Glossier Lash Slick. I think I used this last week actually on my film, and I'm really loving it, and I'm quite surprised because I do like a really heavy, thick mascara, I suppose. There's no other way of putting it really. I do like a full-on lash, that's better. And this isn't, and I love the brush, but I love the delicate effect of this as well. And it doesn't move all day. And I know that most mascaras obviously have a time limit. After about 3 months they normally dry out. But this has really great staying power so far. And I like the fact that my lashes look soft and feathery. And this, again, like the sort of beachy look, is just more of a delicate makeup look. I'm going to go in underneath my eyes as well and just tint those lashes. It's much more of a tint really, isn't it? Always try and get a second lift to my mascara before it dries. That's the key. Any mascara, don't go in with a second coat if it hasn't dried. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 little pots that make me very happy. Now, my friend Zoe, who works with me on my channel, who is just brilliant, she is also a beauty lover. We actually went to beauty school together. We were beauty therapists. First, when we were 18, we were training, and now we work together on the channel, which is wonderful. She's multi-talented as Zoe. Anyway, look at these. The point of me telling you about Zoe is that she's a Perricone fan and has been for donkey's years and loves it. It really brightens her skin. It looks beautiful on her skin. She always looks put together, Zoe, but in a very soft, natural way. And she's used these for years. I use the bronzer and the blush at work. I don't use the highlighter. I use a more punchy highlighter, but this is great for daytime. The reason I'm holding them up like this is because these are all the shades that I want you to be using within your complexion. I'm trying to send you the message that when you put your base on, add more colours to it, because that makes it look more natural. It might seem like you're putting more makeup on, which of course you are, but it's just those delicate hues, washes of colour over your complexion, which will then make your final look more natural. So let's go in with the bronzer first. And I'm going to use this around the perimeter of my face. Now it comes with a little sponge again, which you can see that. So again, just for delicacy, I'm going to apply it on my hand first. So I've got more control. I'm going to go in with the same brush. And it's great, obviously, because it's got this nice line. So I can basically use the edge of the brush, look at that, for a contour. Really soft, so soft. And it's not too ready either. So when you do that as a contour, you can literally draw a stripe, which is not too thick, which is key. And then you just push it up, 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 up. You want to make sure that this part of your face is just beautiful skin. And that way you'll get a nice soft contour into your makeup, which will just enhance the shape of your cheekbones. And then when it dries, it pretty much stays put. I mean, this is not long wear makeup. You know, you're not going to have exactly the same look at 8 o'clock at night when you get in from work or wherever you've been. But for me, it's just a really lovely, soft way to amplify your features and your complexion. And the tones of these shades are great. There are 8 shades, by the way, in the foundation, going up to quite dark. There could be one extra one, just one extra one to be a little bit darker, but pretty good shade range. Just putting that a little bit on my chin, very softly. If you are going to go under your chin or you want to sharpen your jaw, don't do this. Don't take it along that side, go underneath. Okay, so really, really soft. Next, I'm going to go in with the blush. Okay, no makeup blush. And all of these products, every single one of them, has something to benefit your skin. I can go through this in more detail if you want, if you're interested, but I just wanted to kind of create this look first. Now, I'm patting this as I want a lift. It's no makeup look. I could just apply it at the front of my cheek, but I just want a little bit of a lift. Now, make sure when you apply your blush, if you've got small cheeks, don't apply too much. I've got higher cheekbones because I had 8 teeth taken out when I was 13. So I've got a nice indent here. I was born with a lot of teeth, buck teeth, and I went through years of braces, but the end goal, which I didn't realise, and neither did my mum at the end, is given me a nice hollow to my cheeks, so that's helpful, isn't it? So all those years of the braces being pulled out of my mouth has benefited me now. Lovely, soft, really pretty. I just think that is so delicate. I might just build on it a tad more, and you really want to pull it out on the fullest part of your cheek, just to really give you that kind of healthy look to your skin. I think it's this time of year that we do tend to look at ourselves. I've enjoyed many a glass of rosé this summer, let me tell you. Probably a little bit too many, but you know, everything in moderation now, I think. Lovely, so I'm happy with that. Just punch a colour. It's just nice to layer your colours up. Just do it gradually and see how it looks. So this is the beautiful No Makeup highlighter. Again, it comes with the application. Now, because it's soft, I'm going to be super brave, and I'm going straight on with the product here. Just a little bit on my nose, just there, and I've got a few lines on my forehead. So I just like to push that in. I'd be careful my mole, not to amplify that. Which is getting bigger. I need to address this little guy on my head. Anyway, clean finger and very softly, just literally feather those edges in. You see it just gives that lovely, soft bit of dimension. Just do that on the bridge of your nose. Again, just gives that freshness to your skin, taking it away and blending it into the blush. Now, you can still see my pigmentation here at the size of my temples, but you know, imperfections are perfections. I don't want anything that is too solid. Lovely, so very soft, beautiful in daylight, this product. A lot of highlighting, doesn't look so great in daylight, but looks lovely on camera. And this isn't sparkly, this is incredibly soft and sophisticated. To finish off, I'm going to use a product that I just discovered a couple of weeks ago. It's by a brand called Clé de Peau, which is a Japanese brand. It's pricey, it's extreme luxury. It is the #1 best-selling brand in Japan. And the textures and the formulas are off the scale. So if you've got money to spend on makeup and skincare, I think one of the creams is around about £600. There are cheaper ones. Then go and check out Clé de Peau. It's been in America for a long time, hasn't been available in the UK, and they are now selling in Harrods as from this month. This is the Lip Glorifier. It's one colour, there are new shades to come, and it is a wonderful hydrator for the lips. It's a soft pink colour that is pH based, so it literally goes a little bit darker when it reacts with your lips. Lipstick Queen and other brands have similar style of lipsticks, but this texture, if you have a tendency to dry lips, it's just beautiful. And I literally have not stopped wearing it. The lady very kindly gave it to me at the launch because I was like, oh, this is so nice. So I'm very fortunate. But I have to say, this is probably one that I would or will be purchasing myself. So there we go. I really hope you like the look. I feel polished, I feel sophisticated, I feel that my skin is nourished. A lot of people spend a lot of money on skincare, but then maybe not so much on their makeup. This makeup brand has lots of skincare goodies. It's another hybrid brand. So if you haven't checked this out and you like this kind of look, then please do. And let me know if you want any more information on the kind of like 360 anti-inflammatory Dr. Perricone advice, because if you don't know anything about him, look him up online. It's really, really fascinating, and it's as important, as we all know, to look after our insides as well as our outsides. And obviously I'm an outside person today, talking about how we look, so if you want to know more, please let me know, and I look forward to speaking to you next week. Bye for now.